Your focus is very important, extremely important. And I know you're going to say, well, of course, like obviously, but despite that, people often put their energy towards the wrong things, towards negative things. And after a certain period of time, you'll realize that it doesn't do anything but either A, make things worse, or B, keep you in a negative mental state, which is very bad because we're not here to be in a negative state of mind. We're here to be better and change our lives, be positive, reinforce our positivity. So stop focusing on things that are negative despite your situation. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel, no matter how grim things are, no matter how your current circumstance is. It's not necessarily the easiest thing to do, and I know it won't happen overnight, but it doesn't have to. All you have to do is take small steps forward. If I go from thinking positive X amount of times during the day to an increased number the next day, that's good. You took one little step towards the light at the end of the tunnel, which is good. Now, I imagine you doom scroll, just like everyone else, just like me. Use that as your biggest tool to change how you think on a day-to-day basis. I've built my feed on TikTok to the point where it's nothing but positivity, successful people, manifestation, and encouragement, and how the mind works. These things are exposed to me on a regular basis. It's harder for me to think in a negative state when my feed has been built to keep me far from that. It's very powerful, in fact. It is called a For You page, so it also is an external manifestation of how I thought internally, now coming out in the 3D, which for me is good because not only now do I have my own brain to be able to think positively and keep moving forward, now I could go on TikTok or Instagram and still get that too. I'm not perfect, far from it. There's some times where I have doubts or I may think a certain way about a situation at the time, and I will literally go on TikTok and it will essentially just bring me back to where I need to be mentally because I've built that for my page. And I'm like, dang, I really needed to hear that. I'll be scrolling, I'm like, yeah, let me lock back in, like I'm tripping. If I was to say one thing that you should learn from this video is that thinking negatively or thinking about worse outcomes only makes your mental worse. And other times it only makes the situation worse. Nothing ever gets better from that. So change how you think. And like I said, it doesn't have to happen overnight. Everybody keep working, everybody keep pushing. Think positively. Don't let any circumstance define you. And we're all going to be successful. Y'all go be great.